Hey runners, let's talk about breathing while you run. So of course you've been out running and there's always like the person that seems like they can talk forever while they're running, and maybe you're one of those people that's like, I don't know how they're talking, I'm like gasping for air. So one thing to keep in mind is that running is cardiovascular. So having to breathe or needing to breathe is really part of running. So that's okay if you're somebody that's like, wow, I really, like me, I'm a breather. So what I want to talk about is, one, how do I manage my breath? That's really the key to running, because part of running is that getting comfortable, being uncomfortable. And a big part of that, of course, is being able to handle how much oxygen you need to keep yourself running. So one of the things I like to do is, one, add some breathing exercises when you're not running so that you can be more comfortable breathing when you're running. So one of the things I do is I get a band out and I put it up high, like around my rib cage. And I'm going to simulate the breath I want to use when I'm going to run, which we're going to go in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I have a microphone on, so I'm going to really focus on not too loud of this. But if you're doing this, please exaggerate. Like when you're going to breathe in, I want you to breathe in, and instead of thinking of it filling your belly, think about taking your whole torso and expanding out. So we're going to inhale, and we should feel this band expand out. Okay, so what's really neat, and see, now I'm holding my breath, right? So you could even breathe in a little bit more, but notice I can talk right now. So I'm not trying to struggle to hold it in. I just inhaled and expanded my chest. Now, when you exhale, and this is important, see how big you can keep that chest expansion. So exhale, but keep some of this open. So then do the same thing again. Inhale and feel that expansion out. And then again, exhale and see how much of it you can hold. Now, again, arms relaxed, head and neck relaxed. And so then again, and then out, in, and then out. And then what you should feel is that it's almost like an accordion. You're really breathing out and in this way rather than up and down. And this is important because as you're running, a lot of people, their shoulders start to rise quite a bit. What you want is to be able to hold this torso lifted and ribs expanded and then arms relaxed. So practicing that, exhaling right through you can exhale through the mouth. And notice that I had the band around the rib cage so I could feel that. And I also go this direction. So same idea, you've got it around that rib cage so you can feel breathing in through the nose, expanding out this way. Notice I can still talk, so I'm not like this. It's really important because that's a lot of, we don't want to hold pressure inside. We want to be relaxed arms, remember our knees are bent. So you start to really understand that breathing during running is really this direction. By the way, when I first got into running, I didn't even think about breathing, right? And this is important because really running should be, I want to keep it as basic as possible. So in running itself, it's just holding our body up, knees are bent, and we're just pulling our foot up from the ground, right? Up, 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 up. So then when do I breathe? You breathe when you need, which should be often because you're running, right? So adding that exhale, for me anyway, when I first started really coaching runners and noticing the challenge they had with managing their breath, adding the exhale in to their running rhythm, just as a drill, really helped a lot of people get comfortable with adding just a regular breath in their run. So then that's what I created, the up, 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 exhale. And so first foot, of course, is the up. Here we go. So up, up, up. So see, I'm exhaling on that third, 2, 3, on that fourth pull. Up, 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 up. And then I just relax into my run, by the way. I don't stay like that for my whole run. But my whole run is 1, 2, 3, up, 2, 3. So it makes sense to have the breathing just become part of the running cycle. Now, notice See, my heart rate's up, so my breathing will naturally need to elevate also, right? So it's okay once the breath starts to go quicker with the cadence. It really, I mean, it makes sense that it matches, okay? So never limit your breathing. That's really, really important. So that's a really important thing. And by the way, it is a warm day, so it's easier to get the heart rate up. Really, it's managing how you handle that, right? The bigger breath out I take, the more air I'm actually to take in. So adding in that little drill, just, you know, whenever you're not running, that way when you run, you get more comfortable expanding out. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing real quick on a treadmill. Hopefully it's not too loud. But this is one of those curved runners, so you automatically get an increase in heart rate because you're going uphill. But what's really interesting, so I'm gonna start with the same thing, right? This up, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3, up, 2, 3. So what's nice about this treadmill is I can go faster or stay right here, right? As far as speed-wise. So if I'm gonna run faster, I'm gonna lift my torso up. Notice my feet pull quicker. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the breath needs to be quicker also. So, but still relaxed. And that's really important. I'm a big fan of relax everything. Head and neck are relaxed, arms are relaxed. 1, 2, 3. So again, any pace I want to run, it doesn't matter if I'm doing intervals, if I'm doing a tempo run, if I'm doing drills. You see, the more you understand, in my run I lift up and my breathing goes out, and I do some drills. This band drill is so effective for that big. Then when you're running, you'll just naturally start to be more comfortable, expanding the rib cage and being okay with just let that air out. When you practice that, then when you run, even when your heart rate shoots up, you yourself stay calmer, and it's easier for you to handle whether you have to breathe more frequently, which is fine, or deeper if needed, no problem. But remember, the breath will change with your pace if you go up a hill, right? And you can hear it in my voice. I'm talking to you, and what am I doing also? You can hear my exhaling out, naturally getting more air in. My heart rate's coming down, right? And then I could either get back on to do another interval. I could keep going in my run if I wanted to go run. But one of the main things that I learned over the years, for everybody, the more basic you keep it, the better your run's gonna be. So instead of worrying about how you're breathing, make sure you are. And that way when you start by just adding that exhale in and that rhythm with the up, 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 all of a sudden you're running. It doesn't, instead of thinking about it, it just becomes a natural part of your running. So I hope this helps. Oops. Try this band drill. If you do, let me know if you like it. If you don't have a band, that's okay. You could put your hands here and get that same effect. All right, let me know if you try it. If you've been trying any of the tips, we really appreciate the great feedback we're getting. Thanks for subscribing if you have subscribed. If you haven't, we'd appreciate it if you did. And of course, share this page with anyone that's trying to get out there and run pain-free.